Hello everyone and welcome to my coloring corner. Today is Fun Stuff Friday and we've got fun stuff. All right, so as you may know from yesterday, I have the Posca pencils, 36 colors. These are a Mitsubishi Pencil Company product. They are not the same as the Mitsubishi Uni colored pencils. These are different. These are an oil-based colored pencil, where the Uni colored pencils are a synthetic wax-based colored pencil. So these are different than the ones I already have. So that makes them all the better. I love the case these come in. They come in a little case. Well, it's not even a case. It's a set of trays. And when you put them all together, you take this wonderful soft elastic and you just pop it over top of them and it holds them all together so your pencils aren't falling out, nothing, which is fantastic. It's really kind of cool. Inside the tray or the case, they are well protected. Each level has a separator for the pencils, so each pencil has its own little channel. And there's 3 lovely little trays. This is a fairly small set. I have not found any sets bigger than this, so I don't know if they make a bigger set. I do know that they are individually available for purchase, so because I have seen them on Amazon as an individual um, pencil. So it says here the Mitsubishi Pencil Company Ltd. I'll switch you over to the close-up camera. Mitsubishi Pencil Company Ltd. Then Uni Posca pencil. Now, I was concerned because with all of these all pressed down to their bottom of their little trays, you can't see the very bottom, this part here, of the pencil. So when I was rolling them in the tray, I noticed that there was no names or numbers on them. So I was going to put little number stickers on them, and I may still do that because the number is in the bottom of the pencil, which is really kind of cool because on the case of the packaging, where is it? It has, so here's the package. It has all of the names and numbers here on the back. Now you don't need to see my purchasing. They were on sale for $55 instead of $85. So let's move that off. So I did get a really good deal on them. They are $85 on Amazon. So there's all of the numbers there and the names. So when I looked at the pencils, I didn't see any of that information. And then yesterday, while I was showing you guys the pencils, I noticed there's little numbers on the bottoms. So that makes life so much easier. However, having them on the bottom like that does make it a little bit more difficult to see what the numbers are. But when I sharpen them, if I sharpen them all the way down to here, I'm still going to have the number so I can replace the pencil, which is cool. All right, guys, so I have done the swatch. So I will switch you on over to the swatching of these wonderful pencils, and then we will color with them. So, of course, stay tuned. Grab your coffee, sit back, and relax. This will not take very long at all. All right, I will be right back. All right, so that wasn't so bad. And as you probably saw on the end there, I put number 21 brown because it was not in the right order and I didn't realize it until after I had already swatched this one. So I had to put number 21 down because I, for some reason, missed it when I labeled the chart. So I'm going to switch you on over to the close-up camera here. So we're going to take a look at these pencils and their colors. So of course we start off with white. We go into ivory, lemon yellow, yellow, bright yellow, orange, vermilion, red, dark red, coral pink, light pink, lilac, mauve, fuchsia, navy brown, or navy blue, navy brown. That's just silly. Prussian blue, blue. I can't believe I said navy brown. Light blue, blue green, emerald green, fresh green, green, green tea, khaki green, and dark olive, as well as pine green. So this set, unlike the previous set, has a lot more greens than it does blues. Interesting. And then we go into our light orange, which is our skin tone, our light skin tone, light ochre, ochre, ash brown, brown, dark brown, light gray, gray, dark gray, and then black. Now, once again, this is done on thin printer paper because my printer ran out of the cardstock and it decided it was going to print on the printer paper. So I'm going to move the pencils over to the other table here, and we're going to be coloring the ice cream. So let's get those set up on the other table here so that I can grab them easily and not make a mess. All right, so I'm actually going to use my deli sharpener on these because it does have a little bit, these are a little bit thicker and a lot softer than the other pencils that I was using. So I'm going to grab this one here, which should be, yes, ochre. That is the one I want. So I'm just using my deli crank sharpener. It's just exactly like the Dahl 133. And it sharpens them absolutely beautifully. These are a nice thick core, and like I said, they are a oil-based pencil, so it is a layering pencil. They are very, very smooshy, so make sure that you have a very light hand with them. Tammy. Tammy keeps on saying she's heavy-handed. I keep on watching her, and so far I haven't seen her be extremely heavy-handed, so I love Amazon Tammy. She is just so awesome. If you haven't already seen Amazon Tammy's channel, make sure that you pop over and give her some love. And just search in YouTube for Amazon Tammy. And she's a wonderful little Australian, or well, she's a wonderful Australian, because if I say little, she's gonna yell at me. She's a wonderful Australian lady that is on the YouTubes, and she's just such a sweetheart. She's been on my channel before and joined me in a video coloring the bottle houses. Alright, so I've put down a thin layer of the ochre. Now I'm going to put down another layer over top of that and do a bit of a shadow with the brown. Now I am layering up from light to dark because these are so soft. I want to make sure that I get a good layer of each color and that the darker colors are not taken over by the lighter colors. So I'm just putting in the waffling on the cone. And then I'll come back in with the next dark color for the shadow areas. Now normally what I would do, because I don't mind the lighter colors taking over some of the darker color, because it washes it out a little bit and it brightens up some of the darker colors. However, with a softer pencil like this, I find that if you get too heavy-handed with your light color, you can completely eliminate your tones and shadows of your dark color. So that's why I'm layering up, because I don't want to lose those tones and shadows from the darker colors. And I will go over with the lighter color very gently just to brighten up that lighter color on the cone as well. Okay, so we've got that down. Let's put you actually on screen. I'm actually even going to zoom you in a little bit. Didn't realize it was so far out. And I should have from the last video, but I didn't. Let's zoom you in. There, that's better. Now you can actually see what I'm doing. Isn't that fun? I am so sorry, guys. Alright, let's do this so that I can actually stay on my mat. There we go. Alright, so now that we've got that figured out, now we're going to be using dark brown. Let's actually learn how to work our sharpener again. The other one I just have to put it in and it just goes in. This one I have to pull things out and fiddle with things, and which I don't mind. I actually like the sharpener. So. And I'm just doing the really dark shadow areas now. Those areas that are overlapping where you're going to get a darker shadow. Now I am pressing a little bit harder than I did with the light and the medium, just to blend those colors in. Now the train is coming by, so if it gets loud, I apologize. Sometimes he's not too bad, and then sometimes he just likes to blow his horn really loud when he gets to my window. Okay. So now we're going to go back to the light ochre. And we're just going to brighten up those colors a little bit. There we go. And there's our ice cream cone. Ice cream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Alright, so let's do our ice cream colors here. We're going to do one in a nice cherry red, I think. No. No. No, we're not. We're going to do, well, we're going to do chocolate. So we've got to do this brown. So I think this one here is going to be mint chocolate chips. So let's color in the chocolate chips. This one here is going to be chocolate. So we're going to color in the chocolate, and then we'll take the dark brown and we'll do our shadowy type of areas. And then I think this one is going to be cherry. So we're going to do a nice pinky color with the red cherries. Because why not? Sorry about that. I have to take a sip of my coffee because for some reason my throat has decided that it's going to be dry today. And I'm starting to sound a little froggy. I start going outside and going ribbit. And luckily, Mr. Train decided that it's going to be nice and quiet today. Now you will see on the Amazon reviews for these pencils, they don't layer very well. And I will say that in order to get a good layer effect with these pencils, you do have to maintain that light-handed work. Put down your light color and build on it. They do build well on top of each other. But if you do put down a really heavy layer, you may find it more difficult to blend. Okay, so I want green. Green, green, green. Which I think is this one. Number 6, yes. I haven't used them a whole lot, so I'm trying to figure out the colors. Well, I haven't used them at all. This is the first time I've actually colored with them. Of course, I did the swatch, but yeah, that's different. And as you can see with the pencil itself, it is perfectly centered. Like, I have never seen a pencil this centered. It's just perfection. And I probably should have left the chocolate chips until after I did the green, because now I'm worried about going over top of them. Where if they weren't colored, I wouldn't have been worried about it. But since I had the brown in my hand, I thought, well, I'll just do this now while I'm here. Alright. So this is a very, very, very thin, light layer. Just barely touching the page. Make sure that your pencils are nice and sharp. With these, finding that they do work a lot better when they're really sharp. It does give you a lot more workability. So I'm going to keep this color out because I'm going to use it again. And I'm going to grab number 18, which they call dark olive, but I'm going to call it dark green. this one back because I'll use the light green to lighten it up a bit, brighten it up. I'll use a lighter green just to... Greens are one of those colors where you can use a lighter color on top and it doesn't wash the color out, it brightens it up. So that's what we're going to do. Okay. And I don't know why, but my camera does not like greens. That just looks like it's kind of a dark gray, doesn't it? It's actually a really pretty green. Let's see if we can fix that. No, oh, there we go. There we go. It's actually green. It's actually pretty close to the way it looks on the page. So that is not. Let's fix that. Oops. I'm just trying to get the green to the right color. Alright. I know I'm fiddling. There we go. That's a little bit better. That is better. Now I'm just going to go over it with fresh green, which is a really light green. Oh, yeah, see, you can actually see the green of the pencil. And as you can see, it brightens that green up quite nicely as it blends. Fills in all that white spot. Now, of course, you can blend these with a blender pencil. The Derwent works quite nicely on oil-based pencils. And so does the Caran d'Ache. The Caran d'Ache is a little bit more of a burnish than a blend with oil-based pencils, but it still pulls them together nicely. So if you are going to use your Caran d'Ache blender, make sure that you have all your colors down first, or make sure that you don't blend too hard. If you press too hard, you're going to end up with no blendability, no additional colors. So now we're going to do this one here, which I'm going to do strawberry because there's strawberries there. So we're going to do a light pink and then a red for the bits. Because if you've ever bought strawberry ice cream or cherry ice cream, it is a lovely pink. And once again, absolutely perfectly centered core, which is awesome. Yeah, I've had the Mitsubishi Unis for a couple of years now, and I just love their product. I'm not too keen on the Posca pens, but I think it's more that I don't know how to use them because I don't use them very often. I have had one and it leaked and it sprayed and it didn't do what I wanted it to do, and I haven't touched them since. However, I do use other acrylic pens and I'm slowly getting used to using them, so I might buy another Posca pen at some point, or a set of Posca pens, and start using them again on my coloring. So I've got a light layer of that pink down. Now we're going to take, what other color of pink was there? Well, we'll use fuchsia because it's the next best thing, because there's only one actual pink. Coral pink is a little bit too red. Well, a little bit too orange, I should say. And mauve is a little bit too purple. So fuchsia will be it. And on top of the pink, it will blend out to be more of a pink color. I'm just putting in the shadow of the strawberry. And the shadow of the cone. Okay. And then we're going to take a red. I want red, which is number 15. And then we're going to just put little spots of red all the way through it where the little nibs are. For little bits of strawberry. Make sure I get all those strawberry bits in there. And then we're going to take that pink again. I'm going to need that red again in a bit here too, because I want to color the strawberry. And of course right now it's over here on the Pacific Northwest. It is nice and hot and definitely time for some ice cream weather. I can't say it's nice and hot because I really don't like the heat, but it's hot. But for those that enjoy the heat, it's nice. Alright, so I'm putting down a thin layer of the red, and I'm going to add some different tones in there as well. So I'm going to grab the vermilion, or is this the dark red? No, it's the vermilion. And then I'm going to use a bit of yellow as well. Now the vermilion is a reddish orange color. So you know how at the top of the strawberry where the leaves are, sometimes it's a bit yellowy orange color, almost a yellow red. So that's what color we're doing that. Sometimes it's a bit green too. So I could probably actually use fresh green on it instead of yellow. So that's what I'm going to do. Just because there's that green tone in it. Alright, and then we're going to take our pink and we're just going to blend it all together. And then we're going to take our dark red. No, we're just going to take regular red. And we're going to darken up that shadow area down here. And then we're going to to take green and we're going to do our little leaves here. And we're going to give it a little touch of light green. Just to wake it up a little bit. And then we're going to color this one a light green. Just to start with. And then we're going to now I'm barely touching the paper so that I can get that blend. The lighter the layers, the better it's going to blend together. So this is one of those pencils where A depends upon the paper itself, and B depends upon how much pressure you're putting on your pencil. Now we're going to take our dark green and we're just going to intensify that shadow a little bit. Give it a little bit of depth and contrast there. Like so. Then we'll take our light green again and we'll just carefully blend it all together. Don't press too hard, otherwise you're going to wash out your colors. But press hard enough that it's going to give you that blend. And of course, the dog is going to bark because, that's what dogs do when deliveries show up. So I take it there's a delivery driver out there delivering something that I didn't order because I didn't order a whole lot and I don't have anything supposed to be arriving. So alright, so we're going to do the same thing over here on these leaves. We're just not going to use that really light green. Sorry about that. We're just going to hold on one moment. Sorry about that, guys. She's heard something outside and has decided that she must bark at it. So hopefully she doesn't get too crazy with the barks. And of course she's sitting on the couch. She isn't moving towards the door. She's being a lazy puppy and just laying on the couch barking at the door. Alright, so I've moved on to the dark green here. And I'm just going through and adding some dark green shadows and contrast to that lighter green. Going down the veins of the leaves and giving that bit of contrast there. And there we have those. So now I'm just going to take that light green again. Actually, I'm going to take a little bit lighter of a green, and I'm going to use green tea. Now this is an olivey type of green, almost a medium yellow type of green. So it's going to blend that all together, but it's not going to brighten it up as much as these ones are. which gives a little bit of contrast from the cone. Alright, so there's one ice cream cone done. Let's give this a shot here, and we will use the Caran d'Ache blender on it just to get rid of any white spot and blend together some of the less blended colors. So I'm just going to go through here, take those colors that I want to be all together, and I'm just going to blend them all together. Same with up here in the green. Now I am doing this fairly lightly so that I don't completely blend in the tooth of the paper in case I decide that I want to add other colors. I have a tendency to blend it too hard, and then I end up not being able to add any more color because instead of blending I'm burnishing, which is, definitely one of those things that I do. Sometimes I just press too hard with the blending pencil because I want it to be all shiny and pretty. Because I want it to have no white spot. Alright. There's our strawberry. And here's our cone. I'm not pressing hard, just pressing enough that I can blend those colors together and still have definition. There we go. We'll do the same thing on the leaves. Bringing those colors all together. So yeah, these pencils blend very nicely with themselves, but as you can see with the Caran d'Ache blender, they blend together beautifully as well. Alright. Of course, every time I move, I see a different area of white spot. Or tan spot, as it is called, shows because it's a tan coloring. Alright, so we're going to do the watermelon, and I'm going to use the coral color, the coral pink. For the watermelon. So I'm just going to put a very light layer of this down first, and then we'll use some reds and some blacks and some greens, some browns, all different colors. But the first color we're going to start with is this coral pink. And of course you don't need to put all those extra colors in there. You can definitely put the coral pink and a little bit of red as it comes down into this area here and up here in the shadows. But you don't need to go too overboard with it and add browns and whatnot. I have a tendency to think I'm going to add all these colors, and then when I just add one or two, take a look at it, add a couple more if it needs it, and take a look at it. Don't commit yourself to saying, okay, I want this color and this color and this color, because sometimes it really doesn't need it. And sometimes, depending upon the colors that you're putting together, sometimes it just doesn't even show it. So you got to be careful with that. Make sure that you're, choosing colors that are going to contrast each other and going to enhance each other, not just blend together into nothingness. Because you may have just put, hours worth of work into putting all the extra colors in just to find out that when you blend it all together, it just looks like one color, which drives me crazy. All right. This is looking very watermelony. Good thing is that we just had watermelon. We just had watermelon, so I know what it looked like. I don't eat watermelon, so I don't buy it very often. The kids like it, but I don't buy it very often because I enjoy it until I eat it. And then it gives me heartburn. Then I don't enjoy it anymore. All right, so we've got our red down. So now we've got this little area here, and this little area here is usually a creamy white color. So we're going to use this ivory color. And then we'll do the green rind. And I'm not going to put any other colors down on this rind beyond this ivory color. Maybe a little bit of that fresh green on the edges, because that's usually a very, very white area or light colored area. Sometimes it has a bit of green in it, but so we'll put a bit of green in it. Alright, now we're going to color this with the light green. Once again, this is the fresh green, which is showing as a bit of a yellow. And it's just because it's a very yellow green. And then we're going to use the green. And we're just going to fill in the rest of the rind here. And get those colors going together here. And then we're going to take our dark green and we're going to finish it off. Let's not drop our pencils on the floor. And I'm just taking the dark green and I'm just putting it down here at the bottom and up here at the top where that rind is going to be the darkest. Just like when you cut a watermelon slice, it's going to have that rind at the top and it's going to be dark. Now I don't know if this is an actual watermelon slice or if it's one of those watermelon ice cream cones things, but we're going to color it as a slice. I used to like those ice cream cone things. we're just going to take this light green color and we're just going to blend it all together. Now I'm pressing a little bit harder to get that to blend. And of course I could have done that with my blending pencil, but I can also do it with the pencils themselves, which is what I wanted to look at. So make sure that you were able to blend them with the pencils. Now we're going to take our black and we're going to do the seeds. But before we take the black, we're going to take the white and we're just going to do little bits of highlight on them. So if you put down the white first, you can put down your highlight and color over it and it'll stand out. So I'm going to do it with the light coming this way. So as you can see, the white doesn't get covered up 100% with the black. It just shows as a light area, which is what we wanted, which is cool. This is a very good black too. And there we have our watermelon seeds. Like I said, I want the light coming this way. So I've done those edges with that white. Alright, so that is our watermelon. So let's blend it together. I know I've still got the stick to do, but blend that all together. Now, watermelon sometimes isn't smooth, but the watermelon ice cream bar, which I think this is because of the drip here, is usually quite smooth. So we'll smooth it out. Alright, fantastic. Now we're going to do the stick, and we're going to take this brown here, and then we're going to take this brown here, and we're going to do the popsicle stick. Okay. Now let's try some blues. Oh my goodness. Ice cream, ice cream. I like ice cream. I think we're going to use some light blue, and we're going to do a cup, one of these, and maybe the cupcake thing there. Using the wrong sharpener. So we're going to do light blue. Maybe we'll do light blue on the ice cream too. I don't know. I'm going to do a nice light blue here. It's not a whole lot of blue, but what color is this one? It should be just light blue. Yeah. And then we're going to take the next color up, which is blue. Sorry guys, had an itch in my ear. And of course, just like the previous video, we won't finish this entire page because, it'll take us quite a bit longer, and it's already almost an hour. I try not to have my videos go longer than an hour because you guys don't want to sit here all day watching me color. You just want to see how well the pencils do. So we'll look at a couple of more of the blue colors, because I think we've got every other color looked at except for maybe some of the grays. All right. And then we're going to blend that in. Blend that together. And like I said, sometimes you need more than one or two colors. Sometimes you just need one or two colors. Like these blues together make a perfect little blueberry cookie. There's not a lot of pastel-y colors in the set, but there is a pink and there is some blue and some lighter tones, which is great. Now let's do a pink cookie. And then we'll do the inside of this pink cookie with the coral color, coral pink. And our shadows with coral pink. And then we'll blend it out with the lighter pink again. Just like that. Okay, and then we'll take that lighter pink and blend it out. And we'll take this coral, make sure we put it up in here a little bit better. Alright, so there's our pinks. Let's do some purples. I think I've got those the wrong way around. Not that it's a big deal. Now that I know where the numbers are, it's not a big deal. That's so silly of me. Alright, so this is lilac, and there is no dark purple in this set. There's just lilac and mauve. Which is interesting as well. But of course you can just add some dark blue and then you've got some dark purple. Add some blue and red. we go. So that's another one of the colors that we hadn't used yet was the purple. And I'm going to take this blue and I'm just going to add just a little bit of it and see if we can darken up some of that purple. So I'm just going to experiment a little here. Yeah, see, that makes it a darker purple. So I'm just going to put this little bit of blue in. I'm going to try not to press too hard. Just enough to put down some color. And then we'll add the light purple back on top of it. Just to get a little bit of a darker purple. So as you can see, you can create different colors with these pencils. Sometimes they're so unblendable that you can't create a different color with it. So I think this works quite well at creating a new color. Okay, now we're going to take our mauve, which is a reddish, very red purple. And we're going to use it for the shadow areas. So in here, and then we'll blend it out with a little bit of the blue. Purple again. And then we'll take this, and we're just going to add a little tiny bit of blue to that to make that dark purple. And then a little bit of the light purple again, just to blend it all together. There we go. And there's our purple cookie. So we're just going to take our blending pencil and we're just going to drag it all together. Trying not to press too hard in case I need to add more color. Alright. And then we're going to take this and we're just going to do this for the flower. And there we go. Not the best looking macaron, but it's a macaron. Alright, so let's work with some of the yellows. So I think we've got the yellows and I think that's about it. Got some blues and some yellows. So we've got some blues down. So let's do this in yellows and oranges, since that's the next one that we don't have down. So we're going to do this as an orange creamsicle. So this part here I'm going to do in yellow or in orange. And we're going to do a nice lemon dip on it. I know this typically would be chocolate, but I'm going to do it lemon with little bits of orange. And of course that part there is going to be white because that's the creamsicle part. So the orange is a nice color. It's a nice, bright, fresh color. Now we're going to use a darker orange. I just wish they had more colors. So that one that I just used is called Bright Yellow, which is silly. And this one here is orange, which is more of a red orange, a burnt orange. I'm just getting into those shadowy areas. There we go. Doesn't take a whole lot, just a little bit. Just wiggle it just a little bit. I gotta stop singing these songs. Alright, there we go. And then we'll just go over it again with that yellowy orange color. I say it's a true orange color. It's one of my favorite orange colors. Nice bright yellow, orange, green. Nice bright orange. There we go. I'm just blending that all together so that it looks pretty seamless. Now I'm going to take this light yellow, number 23, which is, no, 28. 28, which is lemon yellow, which is perfect for what we're doing. And we're just going to cover the whole area in that yellow. Once again, this is just lemon yellow. So as I was saying in my previous video for the while I was doing the Jolly video, in July I have a hashtag that I'm going to put out, which is No Buy July. So during No Buy July, I will not be purchasing anything, and I ask that you don't purchase anything, that you pull out some of your unused products, things that you've purchased that you've used once or twice but haven't had time to use again, or you know just those things that you buy and you go, okay, I'm going to use these the next time, and then you have another epiphany of what you're going to use on a certain picture and it's definitely not what you thought you were going to use, and those little ones just end up sitting in a corner. So I want you to pull out all of those unused and not even unused, but just not used very often type of supplies, and yeah, use them in a color along, use them on your pages and post them to our Facebook group, or that sort of thing. I'm going to be replacing collection, or not Collection Mania Monday, that'd be silly. I'm going to be replacing the Fun Stuff Friday and the Thankful Thursday throughout the entirety of June with 1 hour long color alongs. So, we'll pick some of the smaller pages of Joanna's, of Rita Berman, things like that, and we will color them with some of our lesser used stuff. just the same as I do on my review videos and on my Collection Mania videos. I'm just going to choose a couple of the really small pages that have lots of little tiny small pictures, and we'll color one picture every Thursday and every Friday. And we'll use up, or not even use up, but we'll give some love to those things that we've put on the back burner. Because, the next thing came along. Or, the next order came in and you got excited about that. And, I have so many different sets of pencils and I get so excited over all of them. And I try to use them all. However, I can't use them all in 1 month. Or in 1 week. So they get put aside until I'm able to use them again. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to pick some of the lesser used things and we're going to use them. Things that I haven't used in a while and want to use more often. So now I'm going to take the cream color, which is just the ivory, which is a light yellow. And I'm just going to spread that yellow around. Get it all blended together. And of course on Saturday we have our color and chat, and keep an eye out after the color and chat for the wonderful treasure hunt, the start of the wonderful treasure hunt. I'm going to let that run for a week, and then next Saturday we will choose winners. So I hope that you all have some fun with that. Find some new content providers, and of course don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to their channels if you're not already subscribed. And thank them very much for running, for assisting me with the giveaway, because I do appreciate all of them. On Sunday, we do have our wonderful Color Pocket owner, Delane. She is a co-owner of Color Pocket. Her husband is one of the Color Pocket artists, so is she. And she has several others. Another one that we're going to have on the channel that has given us some wonderful pictures for our membership community. She drew them just for us. Isn't that cool? Her name is Lisa Schaefer, and she is just absolutely fantastic. She will be on with us on Sunday as well. So if you want to take a look at her work, or at the pictures that she has given to us for the membership community, you do have to join the membership. So of course that button is below the video here. It's a big old join button, and any level of that membership does receive those pictures. And she drew a special one for representing each level of my memberships, which is just awesome. Now for those little bits on there, I'm actually going to do them as little bits of strawberry. No, actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to do them as dark orange. I'm going to do them as little bits of orange, just because strawberry and lemon and orange all together is probably not a good mixture. Plus the cream. I don't think it's going to mix together very well. So we'll just do them orange. Little orange bits. And then we're going to take our cream again, and we're just going to color in the ice cream. And then we're going to take our browns and we'll do the stick, the popsicle stick. And I think we have used at least one or two of every color family in the set, except for the grays. Yeah. All right, so we're just gonna blend this together here. And get that all blended. Not too worried about it bleeding, because you know what happens when you put sprinkles and stuff on wet ice cream. It's going to bleed into the ice cream. So I'm not too worried about that. So make sure that you join us on Sunday. I'm going to show you the pictures that she drew just for us, if I can find them in this chaos I call a desk. I put them aside. I did. There they are. So I will switch over to the main camera so you can see a little bit better, and then we will take a look at the picture as well. So these are the wonderful, wonderful pictures that Lisa Schaefer drew just for our members. So she drew one for each of our membership levels. So we have one for the unicorns, which is $1.99 in our memberships, one for our mermaids, which is $2.99 in the membership, and one for our fairies, which is $3.99 in the membership. And of course, each of them has their own membership perks, as well as different emojis and different membership badges to show off in our chats and in our comments and stuff like that, which is really cool. And I just absolutely love that she did this just for us, which is awesome. I just love her work. It's so cute. Okay, enough gushing. So far this is what we've done on the ice creams. I'm going to zoom you in just a little bit. There we go. So we've used some yellows and some oranges. We've used some reds and some greens and browns and pinks and purples and that sort of thing. So we have used every color in the box. Well, we haven't used every pencil, but we have used every color in the box. Color family. And they just lay down so nice. They are so smooth. And like I said, they are definitely one of those pencils that you're going to want to layer your colors up. So make sure that you start with your light and move on up. Of course, you can add a little more light or a little more dark as you go, but in order to not wash out your colors or anything like that, and not kill the tooth of your paper, it's best to put down that light coat first, because it will show through the dark, where the dark can get overcome by the light. So just like on the seeds here, where I added the white and then went over it with the dark, the white still shows through that dark color. All right, guys, of course, I would like to say thank you all very much for joining me. If you want to join me over on our Facebook group, I would appreciate it. Just make sure you fill out all the application questions, and one of my moderators and administration staff will gladly get you into the membership. Get you into the group, get you all set up, and you can start posting your wonderful colored pages right away. Um, of course, like I said before, if you want to become a member of the YouTube channel here, just hit that join button just below the video and it will go through the options and the perks available to each membership level. Other than that, guys, I can't wait to see you again tomorrow. It will be Saturday color and chat time at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, Saturday morning. Until then, guys, again, a wonderful, wonderful Posca colored pencils, and they're fantastic. As you can see, I've sharpened this one, but I haven't sharpened this one, and they're almost the exact same length when you look at the sharpened lengths. So that's really cool that they're sharpening that well. And of course, they are perfectly centered. They have a great stacking case that they come in that protects each and every pencil. So when you put the entire stack all together with its elastic, each pencil has their own slot. So it protects each individual pencil, which is really cool. I will, of course, leave the link to these on Amazon in the About section below, as well as any other links that are pertinent to the video. Until next time, I will see you tomorrow. Remember to relax, color, and stay safe. All right, guys, bye-bye for now. You guys have a fantastic day.